So I was working as a nutrition therapist for a couple of years and seeing a lot of clients, and I just noticed that there was this glass ceiling that a lot of them were hitting because I would prescribe a therapeutic diet to assist them in overcoming their type 2 diabetes, chronic inflammation, heart disease, and they would follow the diet, and then they would reach sort of a plateau, and then they would start to succumb to these unwanted habits and behaviors that they've tried to just shove away and lock away and forget. And and I was like really curious at that. I knew it in my heart what was going on because I've used food as a tool to check out or disembody. So I knew the pattern, and I didn't have language for it. So I was really desiring just to like dive deeper and understand more about this like fascinating relationship that everyone has with food and their bodies. And so it was that aspect that was definitely an invitation into this work. And then it was also, my journey with my body and myself and how it is that I could understand at a deeper level why it is that I kept succumbing to these old behaviors and these patterns that were not serving to me, and that I would totally berate myself for and belittle myself for, instead of choosing to look at them as like, whoa, maybe they are a doorway. Instead of locking the door and pretending that it didn't exist, what if I like really opened it and got curious and like went inside and walked through? With eating psychology specifically, I was working with a client, and she has this really interesting dynamic with her daughter. And she's always really concerned about her daughter, and her daughter is struggling with a lot of different behavioral issues. And my client uses food as like a way to just like totally not check in with, not be in the discomfort of the dynamic between her and her daughter. And so when I'm suggesting like, what if you leaned into that discomfort and like got curious there rather than like choosing to ignore it or pretend that it doesn't exist? What if you got to lean into that? And she really took that to heart and has been, and I've given her different tools to have those conversations with her daughter, or not even conversations, just being present with her. And that has strengthened their relationship like tremendously. I have a desire to take this into the whole corporate scene because I feel like that's a call for love and a call for awakening there. And I also teach cooking classes, and I weave together sort of all the different aspects of me as a nutrition therapist, as an eating psychology coach, as a yoga instructor, and as a therapeutic chef, and sort of blend them into this cooking class for a rather nutrient-dense experience and teaching people how to create really empowered food. So that's an aspect that I would like to grow in and just invite more people to the table in, because people will show up because they want to learn how to make raw vegan brownies, which are like phenomenally, amazingly delicious. And so they've come for that part of it, but here we are talking about emotions and food at the beginning part, and they're like, oh, like I didn't even know that I had these sort of issues, and what it is that you're speaking to is really resonant to me, but I didn't know it had a language. So I like sort of being stealthy in that way, and just inviting people to the conversation who didn't even know that they were invited, or, had anything to offer or could relate to it. This message is very profound, and it's not my message. It's not an original message. But I know that I have an ability to connect with people, to assist them in letting this message land for them so that they can wake up to their journey in a really meaningful way. And so it's not about me. It's about coming together and empowering each other and really recognizing like that we're not alone and that we're all in this together.